Is it common for professional voiceovers to have?
Not in Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, you can make a living. New York and LA are the two big markets, and I could probably work full time in voiceover. But once I came to San Francisco, it's much more common that people are doing two things in order to live. And nowadays, you can actually have multiple agents. So I used to have an agent in Portland, Oregon, and in San Francisco. I was getting more auditions.
So how many auditions do you?
On a good day, sometimes I can get 3, 4, 5 auditions. On a quiet day, maybe just 1 or 2.
And is that common for all the other voiceovers?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on, my type is just commercial or narration for a businessman or for a dad. But if I did more like animation then I would get more auditions. But my range is not so big.
You have your job, and at the same time, you have a voiceover, gig profession. What do you think was the most good thing about that, having, the balance?
Yeah,
and
a little less pressure. That I have another source of income, but a challenge. I have lost jobs, regular jobs, because my priority is I love voiceover. But sometimes there's a conflict because I could be somewhere and they don't want to let me go and I have to go back to my other job, and sometimes it doesn't work, and so sometimes you lose your job, but you go after your dream. But for many people, you have to have 2 jobs. You have to balance to be able to do both. I mean, if it's important to you and it's your dream, you also have to sometimes invest a little bit of money. So you make money from here, and you have to have a partner that's willing to support you too. That's important. Sometimes if it's just you, because it can take a lot of time and effort. But it's important because most people don't go after their dream. And there's a level of unhappiness that can happen if you're living a life that is not true to what you want to do. Even if you fail, but you try. Yeah. The one other thing I was going to say, where I live, it's very expensive. And so for me to do voiceover, it's not enough money for a family. So I also have a second career. So I studied social work. So I actually have a very creative career and then a career that's a little more serious. And that's interesting to have both of those careers. Well, I'm just so excited about this conversation, using your voice, sports, bilingual, going after your dream. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, thank you for being an advisor of our association. 声を仕事にするって本当に素敵なことです。スポーツの世界でそれを活かしませんか？ぜひこちらの方にご連絡ください。